The secretaries of the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force are warning that our national security is at risk because of one man's opposition to using taxpayer dollars for abortion-related care. Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville has single-handedly blocked more than 300 military promotions since February. He says he won't back down until the Pentagon drops its policy of reimbursing service members who are forced to travel to other states to get abortions because of abortion bans. Now, after months of holdups, one of those secretaries is accusing the Republican, Tuberville, of aiding and abetting communist regimes. NewsNation's Joe Khalil is live from Washington with more on this. Joe, that's a serious accusation.
Yeah, it is, and it's not the only one that he's getting. Elizabeth, if we thought that maybe over the recess Senator Tuberville might change his stance here, he tells me he is not relenting one bit on his blockade, despite all of that pressure from virtually every single branch of the military. Tuberville tells me he thinks he's doing the right thing by his Alabama voters. A months-long protest by one senator is single-handedly blocking the U.S. military from making any officer promotions. The Army, Navy, and Marine Corps at the moment are all without an official leader for the first time in history.
Oh, no, I'm not changing my mind.
And that senator, Tommy Tuberville, tells NewsNation he has no intention of letting up.
This is my prerogative. I'm using the rules of the Senate to make a point, but also to stop them from legislating from the White House.
Senator Tuberville is protesting a Department of Defense rule put in place in February in response to Roe v. Wade being overturned. It allows female service members to take paid time off to travel out of state for abortion care if the military stationed them in a state with strict abortion limits. And it'll cover costs for their travel.
Coach Tuberville is going to do the right thing, and that's why I'm supporting him on this issue.
Some Republicans, like Senator Roger Marshall, say they back Tuberville's protest. They argue the policy is unlawful because it uses federal funds for abortion-related services and injects politics into the military. Other Republicans agree with Tuberville's pro-life stance, but disagree with the way he's going about it. And Democrats like Jack Reed, chairman of the Armed Services Committee, say it's flat out irresponsible.
The senator claims that he is not harming military readiness, but he is dangerously wrong. I'm concerned that the senator does not appreciate the gravity of this situation.
But perhaps the biggest pushback coming from the military itself. All members of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the Secretary of Defense, and 7 former Secretaries of Defense have all condemned Tuberville's blockade. And just this week, the Secretaries of the Army, Navy, and Air Force wrote an op-ed slamming Tuberville for harming national security and military families. And Elizabeth, in that op-ed, those secretaries talk about how families are being impacted, spouses of military members unable to take jobs, children not sure what schools they're going to go to because they don't know if these promotions are going to happen and the families will be forced to move or not. So a lot of confusion there. But again, Senator Tuberville says he feels like this is unlawful, and that's why he is staging this protest.
Yeah, I grew up as one of those military families. My dad served for 30 years, and you needed that information. Every year you were moving, you needed to know where you were going. All right, Joe Khalil, thanks so much. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.